the camp of Alan Peter Cayetano won dahil napakinggan po ang 18 ex-soldiers. Kasi ayaw nila ng Marines, ex-soldiers, ayaw rin ng ex-soldiers, gusto naman nila ngayon kargador or basurero. But
Ito ang balita ngayon. Trending at pinag-uusapan ngayon sa social media ang di umano'y balitang. Ito ang balitang dapat malaman ng taong bayan na pilit tinatago at pilit ayaw di umanong ipalabas ng mga bayarang media sa palasyo, kamara at senado sa publiko. Pero bago ang lahat, kung bago ka pa lamang sa channel na ito at nais mong manatiling updated sa mga maiinit na balitang politika, huwag kalimutang mag-like, mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell para hindi ka mahuli sa bawat bagong video na aming inilalabas. At ito na nga mga kababayan.
Kung basa po ninyo dito sa ginawa po na dyan po sa Senado ngayon?
yes, Admar. Kasi ang IBP kasi, yung organization namin for which kami po mga about 78,000 lawyers plus, no? Under kami sa IBP. And ang IBP kasi, it's non-partisan yan siya, Mar. Hindi talaga yan siya dapat nakialam sa mga ganitong bagay, no? Now, although, pwede po ito magsalita, no? Yung mga constitutional issues, legal issues, but dapat sana sa situation na ito, medyo dapat sila ng konting, nag-atras muna sila because it created more a division, no? Public confusion. Kasi nga, both camps are saying na hindi nga pwede, yung isa hindi pwede ang 22 na ibaba sa 22, ang camp naman ni Alan Peter Cayetano is that it's 24 pa rin, no? Which I support, no? Kasi binasok po natin soon sa mga analysis. In fact, ang JMC Law headed by Dean Torion, for which I also agreed, nagawa rin nga kami ng manifesto na indeed hindi nga applicable. So sana po yung personal opinion, no, ng mga national, hindi dapat sila nag-create ng statement. Gumawa na lang sana sila ng personal opinion nila as in their own personal capacity. Kaya nga marami poong pumalag, no, at magsabing I disagree, one of whom ako yun, hindi talaga dapat yung ginawa. And besides, yung mga mga governors po ng kanya-kanyang lugar, hindi man lang po tinanong ang chapter presidents, no. Maselan po kasi na issue na magawa ka ng ganyang statement na nakakapag-confuse sa publiko. Ang gulo-gulo na nga. Hindi naman nakatulong, no? Sana ako ang restraint sinabi nila, antayin na lang ang Supreme Court pag mag-decide kung ano ba talaga, mas mabuting ganon, no? Nangyari ngayon is that it appears, although yun ang statement ng ilan ng governors, ginamit kasi as ang logo ng IBP as an official statement. Hindi po dapat yun. Kasi hindi naman boses ng lahat yun. Hindi po boses lahat ng abogado yun. At as I said, nagkaroon hinoon ito ng confusion. Ginamit tuloy, first lang yun. Hindi po yun voice po ng lahat ng abogado sa Pilipinas.
Opo, nabanggit mo na ginamit na, nagsalita ng IBP, pero una sa mga kiniklaim niya na kumbaga ginawa niyang parang naging backup niya, nagpapatunay na tama yung ginawa nila is ito nga pong Malacanang, ganun din po yung House of Representative. Pero para po sa kaalaman ng lahat po, no, attorney, ano ba ang sinasabi lalo na doon sa laging kino-quote itong sa Avellino versus
Yes.
Cuenco, tama, no?
Yes, Avellino versus Cuenco.
Oo, Avellino versus Cuenco. Ano ba ang tamang interpretasyon dito sa pag-aaral nyo po? Considering ito'y naganap 1949 ata, based sa 1935 Constitution po, attorney.
Opo, yung kasi pangyayari na yan, I tried to analyze it and I found the difference between 1935, 1973 at 1987 Constitution. So I will just base it between 1935 and 1987 Constitution. Kasi sa 1935 Constitution, nakalagay doon that they shall elect the Senate President. No? Period. Yun lang po sabi ng 1935 Constitution. Pagdating po sa 1987 Constitution, ang nakalagay po doon, they shall elect the Senate President, the majority of all the members of the Senate. So, ibig sabihin po, 13 talaga. So, in that sense, yung Avellino versus Cuenco kasi, hindi pa talaga yun siya unanimous decision ng Anbanc, ng gulo, is that it was decided during the time na 1935, no? And ang sitwasyon noon, medyo rin magulo, no? And while it is a Supreme Court decision, it cannot be applied here today because nga sa bago na po yung ating 1987 Constitution, meron na po nakalagay dyan na all members of the Senate, no? And besides, at the same time, yun pong ating Supreme Court, no, yung issue naman na ng political question doctrine na dapat hindi daw mag-interfere. There is one dean who said na hindi daw dapat mag-interfere ang Supreme Court. Hindi yung pwede kasi broader na po yung powers ng Supreme Court ngayon to entertain and decide on this rather a constitutional issue na very, very sensitive, no? For which dapat po talaga, tingnan no, what's happened ngayon, nagkaroon ng emphasis in the sense that 12-12, no? Wala pa mang lumipat na isa. Allegedly, may isa daw. But what I'm trying to say is, nagkakaroon tuloy ng gulo. Ang point yan kasi is that, ang lowering lang naman ng, lowering lang po ng 24-22. Pero, tingnan mo, you look at the bigger picture. Kasi ang problema nila, they focus on that only. But looking at the circumstances right now, is that from the filing of cases and the administration's involvement, no, nag-dip sila ng fingers dito. Ang prosecution is ang lower house is under the, sabi nga ni Alan Peter Cayetano, is HOR ng Malacanang. They are all in this particular situation in preventing the testimony of the 18 Marines. Yun lang naman talaga ang issue doon kasi hindi nga pinapatawag. Kaya nga si Senator Bato del Rosa, he made this sacrifice, no, risking his life and safety just to get the 13 para po talaga mabuksan ulit ang ma-open ang mga committees at makapag-open ang Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. At nangyari nga po, no? And I said now, everything has been done. On that particular battle, no, the camp of Alan Peter Cayetano won dahil napakinggan po ang 18 ex-soldiers. Kasi ayaw nila ng Marines, ex-soldiers, ayaw rin ng ex-soldiers, gusto naman nila ngayon kargador or basurero. But nevertheless, they have testified. No? They should have tried their best to cross-examine and talk to them sana, nakialam. See, without these testimonies or yung nailahad, yung statement ng mga 18 Marines, hindi natin alam eh. We are all in limbo. Gusto po na talaga natin makinig. Yan lang naman talaga ang pinaglalaban. And in this particular situation, we already won. Now, as to the issue of the statement of the IBP, tapos meron daw, allegedly, merong conflict of interest yung isa doon sa IBP head, no? And at the same time, automatic kaagad ang President recognizing the new, allegedly the new Senate majority. These are all parang nakikita ko, parang it's a sort of conspiracy eh. It is an action by, yung parang talaga ang may hawak nito is ang Malacanang. In fact, I agree with the statement of Senator Peter Aletan Cayetano. It is the Senate of the Malacanang. Itong sila Gatchalian na camp.
Opo. Isa rin ngayon sa sentro ng debate ay ito daw pong coercive power, jurisdiction na beyond na raw. Kapag ikaw ba'y nakakulong o di kaya ay nagtatago, beyond na ba yan? Kaya isasubtract na lang, aalisin na lang yan doon sa equation kasi ito lang yung pwede. Ano ba ang patakaran po dyan, attorney?
Mabuti na tanong po din yan, Sir Admar. Kasi merong isang former justice who said that since yung mga nakakulong, let's start with the nakakulong muna, yung nakadetain, is that they cannot practice their profession, they cannot do their job kung temporarily kasi because nga yung liberty nila curtailed, no, and citing a case on that, no. However, in that particular case, no, hindi naman sinasabi ng Supreme Court na hindi ka na member ng Congress. Yun daw ang point eh. You're still a member of the Congress and the Constitution is still clear that members of the Congress po ang basihan po para magkaroon ng quorum. So, ibig sabihin, we have to follow. Makapaggalaw, restricted na ang movement mo, hindi ka na member ng Congress. Totoo, hindi siya makapag-vote. Okay, assuming hindi siya payagan ng Sandigan Bayan si Jigo Estrada, but he would try to file a motion to allow him to attend. But of course, he will not be allowed. Siguro yung voting, siguro yung pag-participate sa proceedings, maybe hindi siya pwede. However, he is still a member of the Congress. So ang quorum pa rin pag-uusapan natin, 13 pa rin. Now, with respect po kay Senator Bato de la Rosa, he is still here in the Philippines. Dapat sana yung effort naman sana, pinadalhan po ng siya ng subpoena or subpoena notice na meron po proceedings. Now, kung hindi po siya magboto, di forfeited yung pagboto niya. But he still remains as a member of Congress, Senate, and therefore, counted pa rin siya. So, ibig sabihin po, 34 pa rin ang basis, which is ang majority or ang quorum niyan is 13. Ganun lang po ka-basic po, Sir Admar, no? Pag-identify ng solution on this rather peculiar situation that we are having right now.
Ang hindi lang po pwede, which is yun din yung nabanggit doon sa Avellino versus Cuenco, is yung outside jurisdiction ng bansa. Tama ba, Atty.?
Yes po. Yes po, kasi you are not in the Philippines. You are outside the country. So, ibig sabihin, para po yung kung nasa abroad ka, gawa ka na affidavit doon, hindi pwede. You have to go to the embassy. So, marami pa nga issues yan kasi what if this, yung taga nasa labas, supposedly may isang nasa labas, and nag-asali siya doon ng session through Zoom, if allowed, tapos doon siya sa embassy. He is now in a Philippine jurisdiction. Marami pang issues yan, but that is not covered doon. But I'm trying to say, no? So yun lang po ang ibig sabihin, if you're not within the territorial jurisdiction of the Philippines. In fact, in the Avellino versus Cuenco case, one of the senators na may sakit noon, si Soto, yung lolo yata ni Tito Sen, was in the hospital, but he was included in the numbers because nasa Pilipinas siya, although he was not there physically to attend the proceedings, di ba? So, klaro po, no, if we will try to look at it, it's more of outside the territorial jurisdiction of the Philippines. But nevertheless, that is the time that they excluded, no? Pero actually nga, hati pa nga yun that kind of opinion talagang binara po, no, si Justice Moran, whom one of our idols na dating justice, sabi niya, talagang 24 is 24, 13 talaga ang quorum, wala na pong distinction. Now, maganda po siya i-test, no? But however, in this particular session kasi, pinilit kasi sir in a sense na walang judicial confirmation, no? In the sense that this could have been asked, no, before they have started doing that. Hindi na nag-attend ng Senate session and everything. They should have asked that and asked for judicial confirmation. But they forced the issue. You know why? Because they really wanted to get the committees back. And especially the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. Yun lang po pinag-aawayan dyan. Kaya nga, always I said in my interviews and in my post that the battle on this particular area wherein napakinggan na po natin yung 18 Marines, yun na po yun. Nanalo po tayo in this particular battle, no? Ang camp ni Alan Peter Cayetano. Although, sabi nga natin, mapapalitan siya kay may lilipat at it doesn't matter anymore. Because nga, temporary lang naman talaga ang expected nila na mangyayari, no? So, having said that, the issue of, tama po kayo, yung nasa outside the country, that is the basis where the Supreme Court could have agreed na i-lower down natin. Pero, I think with the present situation in the 1987 Constitution, I think that would no longer matter because klaro po sa 1987, 24 po members ng Congress ang bilang para magkaroon ng determination for a quorum which is 13.
Isa rin sa ginagamit nila, attorney, ay yung nangyari daw noong
Drilon.
May 5, 2015 kung saan nakakuha sila ng quorum na 12 out of 17 na available na mga senator habang meron namang at least 7 na kinonsideran nila na beyond the jurisdiction sa Senado, which is kung di ako nagkakamali parang meron lang atang 4 ata doon na nasa abroad.
Yes, sir.
Attorney.
Oh, yes, sir. Ang difference po naman noong Drilon decision was that, remember nandun po yung mga minority noon. Ang grupo ni, nandun ang Senate Minority Leader si if I'm not mistaken, present doon. There was this minority leader. At saka meron pong mga minority bloc doon and there were no objections made. So, ibig sabihin po, natuloy po yun. So, as long as there will be no objections on this particular situations, they could lower it down, no? At second, ang nabasa ko po doon sa journal na yon is that ang ginawa nila yung ordinary business lang, proceedings, wala naman talagang basically na pagpapalit, talagang yung resolutions, ano yung pinag-approve nila, yung mga batas, pinagpapasan nila. So, it's a day-to-day business, no? So, it's different talaga ang situation noong 2015. And besides, the minorities nga ay nandoon and they did not submit any objections to the lowering down in order to constitute this what we call quorum. So, ibig sabihin, gusto talaga na tatakbo po yung proseso at saka yung business sa Senado. So, it's totally different po. It's totally different.
Yung ang nakikita nyo po ba rito ay yung pag-i-elect lang po ba ng pro tempore ang illegal at hindi yung pagbabakante ng posisyon?
I think everything is illegal, no? Including sa pro tempore, pati sa po pagbakante. Kasi nga, they were not able to get the quorum. In order to declare it vacant, they should have 13. And wala po, no? So, everything po, no? At makita po ninyo talaga, Sir Admar, that they know for a fact that illegal po ang kanilang quorum because in the sense that, number one, si Erwin Tulfo still recognizes Senate President si Alan Peter Cayetano. But they say the purpose of quorum to open to reorganize the committees is pwede na yung 12 nila. But however, these proceedings nila ngayon, pagdating mo sa, bakit itong nangyari ngayon, pinagpipilitan nila na hindi po siya hearing, kundi meeting lang. Ang captions ka doon sa mga hearing, tapos Senate Blue Ribbon, tingnan mo naman yung kanilang Senate na Facebook, hearing daw. Magulo because, and Kiko Pakinaynan was trying to explain kanina na hindi talagang consultative meeting ito.
Pero sa invitation nila sa mga resource person, attorney, hearing ang ginamit nila doon.
Yes. Because they knew for a fact that they are afraid that possible ma-question ang pag-constitute nila at saka yung usurpation of authority daw. Marami nagsasabi, no? But I haven't studied that much on usurpation. But ang maganda kasi yung presentation ni Baligod kanina, nahanga ako kanina Sabi niya, merong rules doon, binasa siya. Ang kailangan kasi pag mag-invite ka ng mga resource person, kailangan pirmado ng chairman of the committee, walang pirma. And approved by the Senate President, walang pirma. So, ibig sabihin, bakit walang ganon, no? So, ibig sabihin to talaga, maybe they sent that notice, they were afraid to do that because wala talagang basis. Kaya, Baligod was there, not really to attend and recognize the Senate Blue Ribbon hearing nila Tulfo, but actually to clarify things. So, but he said, yes, I'm ready. If they want me to speak, I'll speak in a consultative meeting. Kaya lang, biglang tinigil yata ng yung consultative meeting allegedly, no? Pagkatapos nakapagsalita si Matibag, pagkatapos po na ginasjustify, no? Kaya nga, I would agree with the statement of Senator Alan Peter Cayetano that it was actually a cover-up, a clear cover-up of things, no? Talagang para ma-absuelto, no? It's not for the truth. It's just, if you notice, the Tulfos there were trying to, especially si Rafi, was trying to lead the ombudsman representative kung anong gagawin nila, kung kan kulang dito. If you will read between the lines po, no? Kami, basa ko yun siya. Is Clary trying to ask, what will you do kung sakali ganito? Hindi naman pwede yun. You're trying to ask questions that would somehow preempt the investigation and trying to lead the witness to say something na parang favorable po, no, sa mga naapektahan sa kaso. So, kita ko talaga it's more on, tama po, it's more on cover up, no. It's trying to get away, no, para hindi sila maskin alive with what the magnitude of the testimony or the statement of these 18 ex-soldiers. Like, ad hominem pa, kargadero, basurero, di ba? You just put them down, no? But the real truth is that they cannot even question the fact that talagang may maleta-maleta po na pera pong pinagdadala. As I said, at sabi rin niya at Senator Alan Peter Cayetano, the statement is there. Is that the whole truth? We do not know. Until such time that you will conduct clarificatory questions kung ikaw affected, then you may be able to find the truth na malamang is kanilang nalalaman is hearsay lang, no? But they were not there. They were not there. So they were not able to have that opportunity, no? Because they chose not to attend. Ang point kasi niyan is kailangan lang natin makinig, no? Although, marami po mga testimony doon ang 18 ex-soldiers that meron din silang direct personal knowledge. So which is really very, very important also na pwede pong maging basihan para talagang meron pong kaso pong plunder. May iba naman na parang narinig nila tapos dinala dito, hindi daw pumasok, etc. But that can be the subject of corroboration. Sabi nga ni Attorney Baligod, which is correct and I agree, na naggawa siya ng statement na mga sinumpahang salaysay na yon is only to establish na meron na pong lead na to conduct investigation. And in other things na ma-unearth during the investigation, pwede naman siyang ilagay sa isang another affidavit, no? So, I think is that they are really afraid of what happened with the testimonies. And they should be afraid also with now nahuli si Curly Discaya and saying na, okay, labo-labo na ito, lalabas ko na rin lahat.
Opo. Balikan ko lang muna yung
Sige po, sir.
reorganization last week, no?
Yeah.
Led by Senator Win Gatchalian. Pati daw, meron akong nababasa kasi mga komentaryo din, na pati yung roll call, kung talagang naniniwala sila na wala na yung dalawa, kinukonsidera na nila yung sarili nila na okay na yung labindalawa na for quorum, bakit pa raw tinawag doon sa roll call?
Maganda. That's a good point, Mara. Hindi ko nasilip yan. But it's a good point. Bakit mo nga tawagin? You could have called, but sabihin natin, it will not be included because they're excluded sa numbers, no? Wala talaga. The script was actually not that very not good, no? At tama, bakit ka naman tawagin kung hindi ka na dapat i-include? That's a good point.
Opo. At isa pa po, meron po silang ginawa last week, which is yung pagbabago sa rules ng impeachment. Which is ang, di ba, kasi sa konstitusyon, malinaw po doon. Kung ang i-impeach ay presidente, Chief Justice. Pag below, ang Senate, President. Pero doon sa kanilang rules lang rules lang ito, hindi ito batas. Kumbaga, rules lang sa Senate, sinasabi nila doon na pwede kahit sino na sa mga senador na kanilang ilalagay. Pwede ba yun po, attorney?
Hindi, kasi that is tantamount to amending the Constitution indirectly. And besides, alam natin di yun matutuloy, no? Pero because hindi talaga yun ma-approve yung amendment na yan. Basically, magulo yan. And in fact, the defense may question that in Supreme Court, no? Kaya naman, tala na naman ang impeachment hearing natin. However, if you will analyze the proceedings ba, number one is that they are assuming they would get the majority votes already. Dahil tingin ko, they are expecting na marami talagang hindi mag-attend dahil nga gigipitin na naman sa pag-file ng mga cases. Maraming further cases, tapos mapunta sa bilangguan, tapos maraming ICC warrants na ipapalabas, paapektahan si SBG, tapos yung everything else. So, bababa po yung numbers ng majority camp ni Alan Peter Cayetano. So, makokontrol ngayon ng minority dahil nga 12 sila. So, I think they're anticipating that they will have that. And meaning to say, if they're anticipating that, in the works na pala yung plan na gano'n, no? But nevertheless, hindi po papasa yun kasi it is invalid, no, under the 1987 Constitution. Aside from the fact that wala silang quorum na 13. And second is that talagang it was some sort of indirect amendment of the Constitution. The Constitution says ganyan. You do not change the Constitution by a simple amendment to the rules of Congress, rules on the impeachment proceedings po. Siguro nababahala sila, Mar, because they wanted somebody to preside the proceedings na abogado. Tapos siguro gusto na mag-preside yung abogado sa kanilang side, no? I don't know. Dalawa sila kanila, di ba? Si Cheese at saka si Kiko Pangilinan. So, that's it. But nevertheless, hindi po yun mag-hold ng water. Lahat po ng actions nila, starting ng pag-declare nila, pa-tempore, and everything po, hanggang ngayong araw na to, these are all, if yung araw na to considered as a hearing ng Blue Ribbon, these are all bogus po. illegal po ito.
So-
And it has no basis, no authority. It is ultra vires.
Opo. So, kumbaga, attorney, kahit mismo sila sa kanilang mga gawin, alam nila na mali yung kanilang ginagawa.
Alam nila. Alam nila. Pinilit lang po talaga nila, Sir Edmar, in order to get back to committee. Akala nila they would be able to get it. Hindi. Ako nga, kinakatakutan ko noon, nung day na maghihiring yung si Pieta Quintano, Carcoleta, that nandun kasi si John Vic baka magkakaroon ng gulo. Kasi pipilitin, baka hindi papasukin because they will say, kami na ang Blue Ribbon and there's no hearing, no? Mabuti na lang kamo, malalaki rin katawan ng Marines na force nila yung sarili na, nakapasok sila. Now, what they are doing now, the Gatchalian is saying, nabogus daw yung hearing dahil hindi daw yun ang Blue Ribbon Committee, hindi na daw kay Piat Quintano at saka Subcommittee kay Marcoleta. So, di na-justify na lang nila ngayon for any and all arguments. Pero ang dapat kasi noon, I think, ang kanilang dapat nung plan was that to prevent them. Remember, sinabi ng walang papapasukin, sabi ni Mr. Erwin, na mga ano, and pinapauwi lahat ng mga empleyado. So, ibig sabihin, that is really the purpose, not na hindi mag-proceed. Kaya you will notice, nung pumasok sila sa session, walang mga paper plate, walang mga name plate yata doon sa table, wala silang projector, wala lahat, no? And talagang it was really done. Ang nakakatakot nga nun, I was thinking na baka putulin ang aircon at saka putulin ang kuryente, tapos 'di ba? Mabuti na lang hindi nangyari. So, having said that, kaya nga sabi ko, well, the battle has been won on this particular situation by the camp of Cayetano. Very brilliant tactic din.
Tapos, yung mga statement po, attorney, ng isang senador sa kanyang live interview, meron pa siya mga terminong gagamitin na ginamit doon na kalaunan humingi din naman siya ng paumanhin sa kanyang nabanggit, pagkukwelyo, kakalad ka rin ba yun, yung kabilang sa kanyang mga sinabi, attorney?
It was a conduct and becoming of a public official because you are not supposed to say that. You are not supposed to say that as a senator, no? Well, tingnan mo, pinatulan siya ni Robin. No? Sige, bakit hindi? Unahin mo ako, di ba? Paano kung nagkaroon, lumabas ang pride, nagkaawayan sila? Naging katatawanan tayo ngayon sa Pilipinas. So, ibig ko sabihin, sayang ba? Hindi dapat magkaroon ng statements na magkaroon. Anong galit mo? Dahil nga sa senador ka, dapat you keep it, ang composure mo nandyan pa rin. And you deal it only with within the legal means, no? Not below the belt, no? Yung mga statements mo, be careful because people are watching. People are recording even your statements. Alam mo, after 2 to 3 years, i-replay pa rin yan siya. So, ibig sabihin na that's how it works, no? Siguro, ang kulang siguro yung konting barang, dapat may moral ascendancy na tao na mag-a-advise sa kanila, no? To be careful in saying what you should not say as a as a senator of the Philippines.
Attorney, attorney, nag-file po ng kaso ang si Senador Erwin Gatchalian. Erwin Tulfo, pareha kasing Win. Erwin Tulfo laban dito sa ilang Marines. Nakasaad dito, meron tayong kopya ng kanyang affidavit. At ito ay yung factual background niya, minention niya dito yung last June 4 na pagdinig dyan po sa Senado. Meron ba silang immunity kung ano yung nagsasabi doon, yung mga resource person na kung meron silang mga attorney?
Yes, I believe so. Because as I said, first is that a tactic na ganyan, ano po yan, lumang diskarte na po namin yan sa kami mga abogado. Yan yung tawag namin na the best defense is offense. No? So unahan mo ng file para to show to the people na galit ka, na hindi totoo yung ginagawa mo, etc. But accusing someone of an offense is different from proving it in court. No? If that will win, if he will win or not. No? Second is that meron po silang parliamentary immunity noon. Because, take a look, Admar, ha? Sino ba ang last touch na may legality talaga, na may semblance of authority talaga? Ang camp ni Alan Peter Cayetano. Dahil nakuha line 13, noong dumating si Bato de la Rosa. Klaro tayo niyan. There's no question, hindi yan tinatanong. Now, ngayon, kiniklaim nila na sila na ngayon ang bagong majority by declaring the quorum of 12 of 22. Diba? So, ibig sabihin, they are now asserting authority over this Senate. They are now the new Senate majority, and lahat ng mga committees, kanya na daw, kay Tulfo na, etc. Now, klaro po, he who asserts authority over a questionable manner or means on how he attained it should seek judicial confirmation. Hindi nga si Alan Peter Cayetano ang dapat magtanong through quo warranto. Because, in the first place, last touch sila is, yung totoo, legit sila na authority. Sino yung nagkiklaim using the 22, di 22 quorum, 22 basis ng senators, sila po ang mag-a-assert yan. Kaya nga, if they will shortcut na naman by saying, yung kanyang paggawa ng 22 pag-quorum ng 12. So, how could you, it would be considered, kung dumating po yan sa court, it might be considered as a prejudicial question that would suspend the criminal action. Kunyari, dumating sa Supreme Court ang issue na yan. Gagawin ng abogado ni Atty. Baligo dyan sa itinerary, Your Honor, we move to suspend the proceedings on the ground of prejudicial question. The determination of which before the Supreme Court right now is dependent on the outcome of this case, because if the Supreme Court says is valid po, invalid yung kanila, then therefore, covered ang parliamentary immunity nitong Marines. Second, the element of good faith and performance in the public performance of their function. No? Kasi at that time, it would be clearly assumed that the camp of Alan Peter Cayetano acted in good faith and in the performance of their duties. Kasi nga, legitimate authority sila eh. Tapos sinisira ng isang grupo claiming new authority based on a flawed manner of getting it and in violation of the Constitution. So, between the two, sino ang paniwalaan mo? Hindi, ang public hati. Sino ang dapat umakyat sa Supreme Court para tanungin kung sino tama? Ito po nag-assert. Kasi sila po yung kumukuha ng power. They're the ones getting the power. That's my 2 cents worth of opinion.